Loops are a really important concept in programming, and we're going to look at the for loop. Now, the for loop is what we call a definite iteration. So that is, before we run the for loop, we know the number of iterations that's going to take place. So I'm going to show now various examples of how we use for loop in just different contexts. So first of all, I'm going to do the basic for loop here. So for I in range, open bracket, close bracket, and then we've got colon. And then I'm just going to do print, and then I'm just going to get it to print out 10 times just the name here. So I'm going to do Homer Simpson. So what this should do is print out Homer Simpson 10 times. Now without a for loop, what we'd have to do is we'd have to literally have 10 print statements saying print Homer Simpson 10 times. Clearly that's not a good way to program, not a succinct way to program. So the alternative method is to use a for loop. So we only have to have one print statement, but we basically print that 10 times by using the for loop, which allows us to iterate over that statement. So if I now run that, you can see what's output. So click on run module and off we go. So it prints out Homer Simpson 10 times. Let's now see what else we can do with this. I'm gonna copy that, and I'm going to print that out. So what I'm going to do now is just simply print out this variable I. So you can see what happens with I in that it changes, the value it changes on each iteration. It actually, in this case, goes up by 1. So it starts at 0, goes up by 1, and goes all the way up to 9. So let's just again show how this works. So run module, and you can see that. So going from 0 through 9. So the value of I changes on each iteration as we go through. So we can do some interesting things with I. For example, we could, if we wanted to, print out, let's say, the times table. So let's go up to, well, let's go up to 12. So what that actually means when we go up to 12, go up to 13. So I'm going to do I, and then if we do comma, and then we do times 2. So we'll print out the 2 times table. So we can do that. I times 2 equals, and then if we do I times 2. So what will happen now is on each loop it will multiply I by 2 and save it and run it. And you can see there's printed out the 2 times table all the way from 0 all the way up to 12 there. So that's a couple of for loops there. What we can also do is we can iterate over, for example, a string. So if I've got name here equals, again, I'm just going to go with Homer Simpson, and I can do for I in name, and if I do print I, what this will do is it will iterate over each of the characters. So let's show that, how that works. So you can see how that prints out each of the letters there, and even the space as well. And for good measure, I'm also going to look at how it deals with lists. So I'm going to have a list of just a few numbers here: 3, 7, 9, 8, 2, 1. If I now do for I in nums, sorry, let's change that to nums, and if I now do print I, it'll go through each of the elements in that list and print it out individually as it goes through. So again, so let's run that through. Syntax error for I in nums, that should be. Run module, click OK. Misspelling, print I, forgot the brackets on that. And let's try again. So there we have it. So